turds. And we were getting ready to do one, and Joel, the director, said, it was one that we used before. And I said, we need to come up with a new one. We need a new one. And he goes, well, what do you want to do? And I was like, we sat there for a minute, and I got it. And so we rolled it, and it was boop, boop, boop. And I said, oh, Kurger Burger. So we're looking for a chance to say Kurger Burger with fries or Kurger Burger with cheese, but no, we don't.
That would have been picked up, so you guys.
Kurger Burger.
Okay,
That's fine.
Point at me, you
Yes,
guys.
with the dog, yes.
Alright, I have 2 questions. My first one is, all of you somehow, some way got to work on Triplex, Hulk, and Tsubasa. Is it kind of cool to work on a show that's unique and that crosses over itself so many times? And then my second one is kind of for Vic and Caitlin. Can Vic do one of Tamaki's mommy screams? And Hiono's useful news reports? Like just a random one? One of the Hiono's useful news reports is I love Spiral.
I love Spiral too. It's so
For sure. Do you want us to answer your question while you guys think? Yeah.
You want to repeat?
Oh, crossovers. Yes. I love that Clamp did that. I thought it was fantastic, and I really liked every time and still, because I haven't seen Cardcaptor Sakura, when I see little Sakura things everywhere, I'm like, oh, that's Sumo. No, it's not. Oh, neat. I like that. But at the same time, it's a lot to keep up with, especially switching writers off and on. Because then in episode 19 of the 2nd season, somebody comes in, and in the script it's labeled Man with Hat. And in actuality, it's the main bad guy in episode 3 of the 1st season. And it gets kind of intense. But it was nice to keep some crossovers with Holic. That was fun. Other than that, I couldn't use you guys for Holic. It was hard casting 2 separate. Still thinking. And I like cheeseburgers. Are you done?
I'm done.
Oh my god.
Okay.
I think it's cool. I can answer kind of both questions. I think it was a great series both to be a part of. I mean, I think I was maybe in 1 or 2 episodes of Holly, which is various characters, but I was a huge fan of this whole crossover idea. I didn't know much about Holly, but I did know Tsubasa very well because I read the manga. So, so it was cool to be a part of the show, and I remember when Colleen was directing it, she actually, this is pretty unheard of, gave me a choice of who I wanted to play. She said, you can be this person, and that's all. Or you can be this person and maybe somebody else later, and that's what I chose. So I got to be 2 very, very different, vocally different characters. And I was just so happy to be a part of a Clam show. It's really awesome. They're pretty rad. I met them there. And that's my spot.
Okay, this is for you.
Mama! 34 words again!
Stop asking him to do that! So I'm supposed to do a useful news report? Oh my gosh.
You can just say the line, you don't have to make a noise. You don't have to make a noise or something.
Yeah, I did that. I don't know that I can say all the crazy stuff. Time for Hiono's useful news report. Here we are at Megacon, and there's a lot of people here. The moral of the story? Don't ride the shuttle from the DoubleTree.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Your turn. With your piece of paper that says "Please pick me."
Oh, yeah.
Those are useful. They work.
They do that on the Price is Right.
How to be like just a random argument as
About the shuttle.
You know what the beautiful thing about anime is? There's a script.
4 people.
I mean, it's hard sometimes to come up with things that a character would say that have never been said by the character. Because you don't want to mess up the character somehow, by...
Maki doesn't ride a shuttle bus. Maki doesn't ride a shuttle bus. He has a limo.
Oh, yeah.
Tamaki has to ride a shuttle. Tamaki would never ride a shuttle.
Oh, yeah. Totally.
He would if I was with the commoners.
Yeah.
Do it. I will ride this shuttle bus. the cute little. Is that
Oh, who asked that one?
No, the other way. I mean, as many as we want to pick, but we really like a lot. I love how to eat in Oron. I used to not really have an answer to this question, and I do the generic, all of our roles are like my children, and it's very hard to be done. It's how to eat the others. Yeah, it doesn't mean I don't like the others. It's just, could be probably because I spent so much time with her and with the show. I had more time to get to know her. Even before I knew that I would be playing her. When it was over too soon. I have two, really. I like Yuko.
Yeah!
She's so much fun and so easy on my voice. And then I like Luffy, not because he's easy on my voice, but because he's stupid.
Well, you know, just as Caitlin spent a lot of time with Haruhi, I spent probably the most time of any of my characters with Ed. So Ed is definitely, you know, at the top of a list. Dark Mousy, definitely Tamaki. Wow, Kurtz Weber. You know, I would even probably include Broly in this. Again, not because he was easy on the voice, but just because it was fun to be a part of that universe. Phi, definitely Phi. Kugaji from Sayuki. And you know what else is important is Yukito.
Yes,
It's just, I love that show. Love that show.
Yeah, Al is definitely at the top of mine.
Some part of the best question for you, Caitlin. Alright, there you go.
Are you done here?
We're really bad at this today. Lots of interrupting. We're very
It's the
rude.
smell of fish and chips in the air.
You went to England?
It's frustrating me. I want this guy with it.
Okay, but let Aaron, did you finish that?
I'm okay. I said Al.
Al?
Yes.
That's detailed. Yes. Yes. I like this question already.
Whenever you do like the final, it's like ha or ha. How's that? What do you feel about that? Like you play the game, it's like. Does that feel awkward comparing yourself like Shadow?
Have you played it yet? No, yeah, I have not played it yet, but I have played other things that my voice is in. It isn't too weird because it's our job. Like I was talking to somebody about this yesterday and asked what was it like to do the game basically, and I was so excited because it's Street Fighter. I mean, we've done some other things. A lot of us have done games associated with the anime that we've done. We already know those characters a lot, and it's really fun to come into something that people are going to be very excited about. It felt like such an honor for me to be a part of it. I was telling Colleen this yesterday. I mean, Cammie's British, and I knew when I auditioned I would be up against real British people. So I thought, there's no way that I'm going to get this part. And when I did, it just blew my mind. But it was directed by a friend of mine, so there's a lot of love in the room, and you can have my fangirl freak out moments whenever I needed to. And then you just get down to business, and you listen to the Japanese, and you have the same amount of time to say your line as they did. Everyone's excited about something. And then you just do the fighting sounds, and sometimes the director would say, bigger than that, smaller, or it needs to sound, the inflection has to be exactly like the Japanese because they're like iconic things that she says, even though it's a Japanese person saying things in English. But it was really, really fun.
I really love role-playing games, like all the